Hello and welcome to another edition of Why JavaScript? CSS can do this. Earlier today I came across this pen which uses JS in order to compute the backgrounds of these bars depending on how far their heights are from an ideal level, which you can see right here. So in the video today I'll be showing you how to do this with only CSS without JS. I've taken the heights, the relative heights of these bars, and I've put them in this array. So those are percentages, these are unit relative, it doesn't matter. Here we read the length of this array, so values length. Okay, we have a wrapper, and here we pass to the CSS the total number of bars. So through a custom property n. Okay, now we have a loop. So for I starting from 0 going all the way up to n, increment this I, and here we have the bar elements, and again we pass to the CSS their relative heights. So these are like scaling factors along the y-axis, so something like this, I suppose. Oops, like this. Okay, and one more thing I want to do here. If this current value is over 1, then I want to have one extra class. So class, if this is greater than 1, oops, no, it should have an equal right there. So if this class is greater than 1, then I'll have an extra class. Otherwise, no extra class. Now, let's minimize the JS because we won't be using this. And now let's see the compiled HTML. Okay, and this is great because as you can see, I have the extra class if the value is greater than 1, here as well, and here. Okay, and it doesn't show up if it's smaller or equal to 1. That's perfect. Okay, let's move on to the CSS. We won't be doing any JS and no more markup. So that's it. This is going to be the width of a bar. And now for the chart wrapper, we set something like display grid, grid template columns, repeat the number of bars. This is going to be the width. Okay. Also for the grid gap, we use the same width value. For our bars, we'll have a base height. So something like this, let's say. So the height is going to be calc that relative height times the base height. Okay, and now let's just set the background so we can see them. Okay, and we can see them, but we want align self end. Okay, this is good. Now the next thing is set a border radius. They should now look nice. Okay, now let's do a bit of layout on the body. So display grid, place content center. Okay, margin 0, minimum height is going to be the full viewport height. Okay, now having done this, okay, and let's also set a background, something like this. This should do it. Let's collapse this for now, and let's take care of the backgrounds. So for this, we'll be using two functions. The first function is color interpolation. So we have the first color, the second color, and the progress in between the two. Okay, and then we have another function which is channel interpolation. and this is the name of the channel. The first color we use, the second color, and in between them, the K. Okay, now here I get the channel, the named channel for the first color, from the first color, and this is going to be call, the name of the function, and that color. And I want to round this because it's going to be an ugly value otherwise. Okay. Now take this again and do it for the second part. Okay. And return calc. So I have the channel for the first color times K plus the other one times 1 minus K. Okay, now having done this, I'll have again return HSL, and here I'll be having interpolate channel. First off, I have the hue, the first color, the second color, that K. Okay, let's make this 0.5 by default. And now I'll be taking this okay, and let's make this a bit more readable. This is saturation, and this is lightness. Okay, now that I've done this, interpolate color, and I have the worst case scenario and the best case scenario color. So this gives me something, but it's the same, it's not the right one. It's for the K.5. And here I'll be having calc and a sign, which is 1 initially, times 1 minus that relative height. Okay, except this doesn't compute correctly for those who are above the ideal value. So for those with class over, I switch the sign to -1, and this should do it. Okay, as you can see, the greenest are those right there. Okay, now this is it for the bars. Now let's do a bit more prettifying for the chart itself. Let's give it a border. So border. Okay, one more thing right here. I want to do the color. Let's say no. RGBA 0.2, something like this. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is border radius. Something like this. Okay, that looks good. Now let's also compute something like padding. So this should do it. Okay, it does. I think I can make it a bit bigger. Something like this. I think it would look better. Okay, now let's draw that level. So we'll be using a background. Background linear gradient at 0 degrees. And Next thing right here is going to be transparent, and we'll be having that height minus 1 pixel. Current color 0, and let's just take this and just copy paste it right here, and let's just switch and here we'll be having plus, and that should draw. Okay, I think actually I'll be replacing this with a line width. Okay, and let's set this line width okay. Except it's not positioned correctly, and we want to have the origin, the background origin, we want to have it the content box, and the background clip the padding box. This should now do it, but I think it's a bit too thick. Something like this would look better. I don't know, just leave it at 2 pixels. I think it's enough. Okay, this is good. I'll just leave it at this. Next, let's add a bit of text. Okay, set position absolute, text transform uppercase. Let's also set position relative right there, left. Here, this is going to be the border width. Okay, let's also add something like this. Okay, our bottom is going to be, so it's the height plus that padding, and then do it like this. This is perfect. Now that I've done this, I'll just leave it at this. I won't be doing any further pretty fine changes. The main idea, you've already seen it, how to do the background depending on the relative height. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have and you want me to be able to do more stuff in the future, please consider supporting my work. You can do this by getting something off my Amazon wishlist. There will be links in the description below, just like the link to the live demo I've just coded right here. And also, you can share this to show the role what can be done with CSS these days, because honestly, I think it's pretty damn cool. In any event, thanks for watching.